Okay, we are now recording live. We love it. We love it. So I've had to leave TikTok live streams. I've been banned for like a week or a month or something. I don't really care, to be honest. I knew I was going to get banned from TikToks. It's not really a free speech platform, so I'm genuinely not too bothered about that. And occasionally, probably about once an episode, I do like to just have a bit of a go at a lefty. If there are any in the comments section, I do like to just tell them to basically get fucked, you know. And obviously I did that on Wednesday of this week, told a lefty that was just chatting shit to get fucked. And he must have reported me again and again, I'm guessing, because yeah, that was what incurred the ban. So yeah, banned for a while from TikTok, but like I said, I don't care. I'm not going back. I'm not going back to TikTok. So I'll probably put a message out to, like a shorts message out to TikTok, the people that follow me on TikTok later, just saying that I won't be going live on TikTok anymore. It's just too constricting of what you can and can't say, and it's way too easy to get people banned on TikTok as well. So you know, I much prefer YouTube and X, which is why I'm streaming on YouTube and X, and then I've got my live feed recording that I will put on later in obviously like panoramic view, I believe they call it. Like, the phone's horizontal basically rather than being vertical. Dutch has come in to say hello, so that's wonderful, bless him. He's a good boy. So let's get some news in. That's enough about me. I'm sure you don't want to know about me, you want to know about the news, don't you? Let's get started. We have Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne says that she is entering politics to save Birmingham. Who the hell saw this coming? Who woke up this morning and thought, do you know what? I reckon Sharon Osbourne might become a politician and run for Birmingham. Who the hell saw that coming? No one. And if you say you did, you're lying. No one saw that coming. But yeah, this is Basil the Great, who I do trust as a source. He comes out with some very good news, and if you don't already, please do follow him. So that's Basil the Great on X, and yeah, he's screenshotted the X posts from Sharon Osbourne saying, you know, I'm not racist or anything like that. I don't know why these celebrities have to say that, have to start with that. I don't think there's any real kind of racism in England, really. There's probably a few knobs out there that are racist, but vast majority of Brits are pretty damn easygoing, you know. But yeah, Sharon Osbourne has come out and said she is going to be entering politics to save Birmingham. Well done to Sharon Osbourne. She has got a new follower today, I have to say. I did go straight across to Sharon Osbourne and followed her, as well as John Cleese. He has been posting quite a bit lately about how he's unhappy with Britain as well, how he's unhappy with the invaders coming into Britain, and fair play to him, he has actually called them invaders as well, rather than calling them migrants, because that's what they are. They are invaders. They are invading our country. Fuck them. So we have a percentage of young people under the age of 16 with a foreign background in Germany. And this just looks so depressing. So we've got Bremen in Germany, 59.1% of under 16s are foreign, not German. So in a few years, in like 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to find that Germany isn't filled with German people. It's just not. It's going to be a load of different nationalities all coming together that will just all fight each other like they're doing throughout Europe, and in Britain as well. The worst case I've seen for this is Sweden. If you haven't looked into it already, I do encourage you to look into Sweden. My God, they are in a very bad way. But let's continue with this. We have Hamburg. 50.2% not German. Berlin, 49.5% not German. Nuremberg, 65.8% not German. Munich, 60.6% not German. Augsburg, 70.5% not German. Frankfurt, 70.1% not German. Gelsenkirchen, 63.4% not German. Bielefeld, 62.3% not German. Now, regardless of if these invaders came here and behaved, which they genuinely don't, even if they came here and behaved, that's still not a good thing. You're replacing the people of your country, and it's the people of the country that make the country. It is not just simply saying Germany. Germany is Germany because of the people there. They have a German culture. They do German things. You know, if you replace the people, the German people, then it's not bloody Germany anymore, is it? Well, all right, it's only by name. But the way things go, these invaders would want to change the flag, change the what Germany is. They're doing it in the UK as well. I've seen posts this week of Muslims in Britain that are now saying that the cross on the St. George's flag is offensive, and they want to replace it. They want to replace the whole flag, the St. George's flag. That is absolutely disgusting, in my opinion. Do not let it happen. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those things. I can't sort of fight the whole country. I can't fight the whole government and everything. So whether it actually happens or not is completely up to the citizens of Britain. Don't think that will never happen just because it will never happen, because it has happened. Look at Iran. Look at Lebanon. Look at Turkey. You know, all these European countries and Middle Eastern countries that were Christian countries, that were Hindu countries. That's how Pakistan formed, you know. So yeah, don't just think it won't happen because it can't happen. Everything always stays the same. That's absolute nonsense. And you may find one day that Britain wants to change its flag because the majority, which will be invaders, want to change it. UK immigration officer was himself an illegal migrant. Can you believe that? So the very place, you would have thought no one would have the balls to do that. That's like a criminal. That's like a wanted criminal applying to be a prison warden or something, you know. You'd think to yourself, no one is that stupid. No one would do this. But it's happened. UK immigration officer was himself an illegal migrant. They do not care about our rules. They do not care about our culture. They are more than happy to take the piss, basically, and apply for jobs where they're supposed to control the border, when they're not supposed to be this side of the border in the first place. Absolutely incredible. I'd like to give a shout out to that last post was from Basil the Great as well. We have a post here from Young Bob at the mustering point from the Braintree demonstration. Residents are standing up against undocumented asylum seekers being placed in their community without consent or consultation. This is happening throughout Britain. Labour promised this would happen when they come into power. It's called Operation Scatter. There's an operation in full effect. The operation has a name. It's called Operation Scatter. And if you think that these invaders aren't coming to you, they genuinely are. So just be prepared for that, you know. If you have women and children around you, make sure you're ready to protect them, basically, because like I said, they're coming to you. Okay, London and UK Street News has posted 2 men have been found guilty murdering Craig Dean, who was beaten to death in Birmingham. So Craig Dean, good British name there, I like it. And he was beaten to death by Hamza Khan and Mohammed Rahman. kicked with numerous times before stomping on him. The attack happened over an argument because of a text message. Both are to be sentenced on the February 24th. So if you're interested in keeping up with that, following that case, then log on the 24th of Feb to see what happens to these monsters that have basically just beaten a guy to death. There's no other way of saying it. There's no niceties there or anything. It's fact, and it's so sad. Labour ministers, this is from GB News. Labour ministers suggest Nigel Farage is a racist for voicing concern about Turkish barbershops despite illegal workers' raids. Now, I did a story about this a few days ago where somebody had noticed that these illegal barbershops, and among different illegal operations throughout the UK, when the bosses of these companies go to visit their salon or barbershop, whatever it is that they're in control of, they all seem to have supercars. They all seem to have sports cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Porsches. And it makes you think, does a barbershop really pay that much? Does it? Now, I know a couple of barbers that own their own shop, etc., and they do not drive around in Porsches or Ferraris or Lamborghinis. They have quite decent cars, BMW or something, an Audi or something, a decent car, but they are not wealthy enough to have a Lamborghini or Ferrari. So it does make you wonder why a Turkish barber owner has a Lamborghini. There's two reasons that this could possibly be. The first is people in Britain really like Turkish barbers, and they're going into these shops no end to get their haircuts, etc. And Turkish barbers are just particularly good at this. Or it could be that that these shop fronts, these barber shops, etc., they're money laundering. Now, I know which one I think it is. I reckon it's money laundering. I think they've got other businesses, non-legal businesses going on, that they're using these storefronts to money launder through. That's what I reckon is going on. But that's just me. I'm not a copper. I'm not a government official in charge of looking into this. But if I were, that would be my first guess. We have a YouTuber called Crazy R.C Dude, and this one I just had to include in my channel because it made me laugh so much. And what this guy does, this Crazy R.C Dude does on YouTube, is he has RC cars, radio controlled cars, and he'll drive them up near a police car. The police people inside will see it through the car windows, and they'll put their blues and twos on and give chase. Now, there's something about these RC cars that this guy drives. They're very, very fast. And so each time the police give chase to this radio controlled car that's driving around, and they can't keep up with it. They can't catch it, so the guy just ends up getting away. He's not particularly doing anything wrong. It might be illegal to drive a radio-controlled car on the road. I'm not really sure about that. I don't know. But either way, the police do give chase to it, and he always gets away from them. It's so embarrassing for the police, but it is funny as hell to watch. So well done to that man. Again, if RC cars are something that you're particularly interested in, or you find that things like that funny, as I do, it might be worth looking his channel up and subscribing. Well done to him. I hope he enjoys it. Okay, so we have revealed a shameless squatter who moved into a pensioner's empty home, then won legal right to keep it. So the pensioners, I'm guessing, were just out, or maybe it's just a second home or something, by the seaside, maybe, or just somewhere that they particularly like. And a squatter just moved into it. Yeah, and they went to court, obviously, to get this guy out of their house. And the courts decided that this squatter had had a legal right to keep it. So he kept the property. These pensioners just lost their property to somebody that just moved in and said, "This is mine now." Okay, it doesn't end there, though. It does not end there. That shameless squatter, he then sold the house for a whopping £540,000. Keep in mind, he's never paid a penny to this house. He simply moved in there and said, "This is my house now." The courts decided, okay, it is your house. And then he sold it for £540,000. That is truly incredible. I don't know how these people get the audacity to do these things, but they do. And what's worse is they get away with it. That's the amazing thing. The police, the government, the courts, CPS, they all just let these people get away with it. They seem to be encouraging it by just handing over the deeds to somebody's house to somebody else that's just squatted. That is incredible to me. Don't work hard through your life. Don't, build up a business. Don't go to college. Don't do anything like that. Simply move into somebody else's house, say it's yours, and chances are you'll probably get it. They'll just give it to you. Amazing. What a country we live in. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay. Travel chaos engulfs London as huge fire erupts near Euston Station and smoke bellows over the capital. So I don't know what's going on recently, over the last couple of years, but there seems to be a hell of a lot of fires going on. I don't know why that is. I don't know what's causing these fires. There's always a different excuse for them, but it's highly suspicious. I just don't know why there's always fires that seem to be going on all over the place. Call me what do you call it, a conspiracy theorist, but I think it's one of those things to do with the invaders again. I think they like to set fires, and they probably think they're doing good by burning stuff down in Britain. But again, that's not for me to look into. That's not for me to investigate. But if it was me, that would be the first thing I would go to. Who's setting these fires? Who's setting these fires? British people don't set fires, and we've got a lot of invaders coming into the country, and it seems to be quite a new problem. Could it be the invaders? Could it be? Just a thought. Grifty! The Grifty on X has posted a brave man saving his wife from a snake. Now, this is a guy who is standing next to his wife, who's a goat, by the way. So it's in like Pakistan, Bangladesh, I don't know. ISIS, probably, whoever they are. And he saves his wife, who's a goat, from a snake. He has a little round pipe, and the snake is sort of going up to the goat, his wife, and then he puts a pipe over the snake's head and then safely takes it away. Probably cooks it and eats it. Who knows? Again, I don't want to speculate. I've just seen what they do in these countries, and that's something that would likely happen. We have a post from Isolated Incidents. A 25-year-old man from South Sudan randomly grabs an 18-year-old woman on Hamburg Metro platform and jumps into the path of an oncoming train, with her in his arms, killing them both. This happened last night, so that was the 29th of January. This happened at 10 p.m. at Metro Station Wansbeck Markt. Witnesses report the intoxicated perpetrator walking along the platform and then he just grabbed the women out of nowhere, just grabbed them, telling her, "I'm taking you with me," before jumping onto the tracks. So again, throughout Europe, it is not even safe to stand on a platform and wait for a train. Just be aware of that. If you're in England, if you're in Germany, if you're anywhere in Europe, stand away from the edge of the platform, as there's always a chance an illegal invader will just grab you and throw you as well as himself onto the tracks. This is nothing we've not seen before, by the way. Okay, we have a touching display of solidarity amid widespread conflict in American cities. The WNBA, that's the Women's National Basketball Association players, issued a joint statement announcing they had vowed to continue missing layups until ICE withdraws from Minnesota. No one cares. I'm just going to put that out there. No one cares. I don't know anyone who watches women's basketball. I don't want to offend you or anything like that. I don't mean to be mean, but no one cares. Genuinely, no one cares. I had to find this news on Beehive. This isn't even mainstream media. No one cares, okay? So your little solidarity, your little solidarity protest, I really don't think it's going to work, because people have to care before you can throw a protest like that. It's like the Palestine Action people, the Palestine pro-Palestine people, no one cares. You all just look like dickheads. No one gives a shit. Please just go away. But there you go. We have Brexit has freed us. Brexit has freed us. Over 500,000 pages of bone-crushing EU rules avoided since leaving Europe. Now, I have always been under the impression that we never really got a leave of Brexit from the European Union. Although the one thing that I have noticed is we were able to do deals with India and now apparently China. Now keep in mind that those deals would have never gone ahead if we were part of the European Union, but it would appear now that they don't give a shit about that anymore, and they are joining the European Union in every way other than actually saying we're joining the European Union. So we've kind of stayed our stance on it. We want out of the European Union, and the government has gone, nah, we didn't expect that result, so what we'll do is we'll just ignore it and do what we want anyway. So there you go. That's one of those things that the government are just gonna sort of portray as democracy, as if you have a choice, and then just completely ignore it when they don't get the result that they want. What a country, once again. A mother has sent an indecent photo of her daughter to a paedophile. So this isn't a mother, this is a pimp, basically. A mother wouldn't do such a thing. A pimp would. So a mother, pimp, from Wales has been sentenced to sending an indecent image of her daughter to a known paedophile. The image was described as category C and was sent along with several other photos. That's as much as I'm going to read into that, as that is absolutely disgusting. Once again, that is something that no mother would ever do. So I don't class her as a mother. She's not. She's a pimp. That's what that is. We have sorry, my laptop of course is playing up again. That's what it does, isn't it? Okay, so we have a story here about Iran's Revolutionary Guard, and Iran, and it says Iran's powerful parliamentary revolutionary guard, answering solely to the supreme leader, who's a Muslim, by the way, and he's installed Islam in Iran, and Iran's Revolutionary Guard, they work alongside the Iran's army. Do you see how that works? Are you understanding yet? So what they'll do is they'll have the country's army, and then they'll bring in their own army, the Revolutionary Guard, and that'll work alongside the army, right? Now, why would a country do that? Well, if you have a Christian country with a Christian army, but you're Muslim, and you're making that country Muslim, then you want to install Muslim rules, make it a dictatorship. You want to make sure that all the police are going to follow the Sharia law and everything as well. So of course you'll want a Muslim army to go along with that. That's basically what it is. Because Iran is a Christian nation that is ruled by a Muslim government, by an Islamic government, and they have to live under Sharia law. Well, they do at the minute anyway. They have since 1974, but that may be well coming to an end as they protest in the streets currently. And best of luck to them. Iran, I stand with you. Good on you. Patients in Britain face painkiller and blood pressure drug shortages. This is why UK pharmacists warn of critical drug shortages, including painkillers and blood pressure medication, due to severe NHS underfunding. Some pharmacies are losing thousands annually. So, what's his name? Wes Streeting, who's doing a fantastic job at running the NHS, at controlling the NHS, at making the NHS more efficient. Isn't he fantastic? No! He is absolutely not, because everything he said to you is lies. And every now and then somebody speaks out about the truth of the NHS, and this is another pharmacist who is just speaking up and saying, look, we don't have the funding at the moment to buy painkillers and blood pressure tablets that British people need to to keep them going. So once again, if you didn't know it already, Wes Streeting is an absolute liar, and he's been lying to you this whole time. He has not made the NHS more efficient. What he did, and I've done videos on this in the past, is he changed the goalpost. He changed how you measure the efficiency of the NHS. Okay, my laptop, my Chromebook is just loading. I do apologise, it takes a moment. And you can probably hear my dog barking in the background. I'd imagine somebody's coming to the door to deliver a package. Fantastic, eh? He's a good boy, though. Woman pleaded help from neighbours after stabbing on housing estate. A woman in her 30s has died after being stabbed on a housing estate in Burghley, Greater Manchester. Witnesses reporting hearing her plead for help from the neighbours. No one helped, it appears, and she was basically stabbed to death. Once again, this just rounds up what it's like living in Britain now. It's absolutely disgusting. You have no communities anymore other than Islamic communities, Islamic ghettos. That is all you have in Britain now. And then we have a footballer, 15 years old, died after being knifed in the back in the woods. A 15-year-old footballer, Luis Gabriel Guembes Quimper, died after being stabbed in the back in a wooded area in Guildford, Surrey. Two teenagers have been charged with the murder. Two teenagers have been charged with the murder. Oh my God. Sorry about this. I've had all the pop-ups sent. They always come in and ruin everything. There's nothing a pop-up doesn't ruin, including my show. So we've got two boys, 15 and 16, have been charged with the murder and conspiracy to rob and possession of a bladed article. An inquest heard today that That Lewis provisional cause of death was given as a stab wound to the back of his abdomen. The court heard he was identified by his mum Sylvia following the horror on January 19th. What a sad story that is. A 15-year-old kid. I mean, he doesn't even have a chance to grow up and you know, have a real life, a family, you know, go out and go to the pub. Probably never done that in his life, and he never will, because someone has just stabbed him. It's absolutely disgusting, and it should never happen, but it does happen in Britain because our police, our courts, our CPS, our government, they're all weak. They are letting people down in Britain, left, right and centre. And I guarantee you, they do not care. They do not give a flying crap. NHS staff told to stop calling patients sir and madam to avoid offending trans people. Yeah, so once again, this is probably something put down by Wes Streeting, I would have thought. So the NHS, they're less bothered about actually treating people and getting the drugs that people need in stock ready for them. You know, they're less bothered about actually treating people. What they are bothered about, though, is making sure no one's offended while they're dying in hospital. As long as they're not offended while they're dying in hospital, then it's okay. They've met some kind of criteria that they have to meet, and you know, Wes Streeting and all of his little gambots will applaud them for that. And that was from Turning Point UK, that story. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't. That was from GB News. We do have a story from Turning Point UK, though, and that is French firemen are spraying the police with extinguishers during anti-government protest in Lille, France, obviously. And yeah, it's exactly as it sounds. The police are trying to enforce what the government has told them to enforce, and it looks as if even the fire department has just had enough of them. It's not going to be long before that happens in Britain too. I can absolutely 100% assure you. I think in Britain, you know, I'm just hoping that the farming community, the right, the you know, the pink ladies, waspy women, all these other organisations, all these people that have been wronged by the UK, I hope they all come together to fight back against our government and against our police, who are absolute cowards. I cannot stand the police. Grifty has posted Howden man handed life sentence for Meadowhall shopping centre terror plot. So this is a British Muslim convert. Jordan Richardson, 21 years old, was jailed after buying a crossbow and holding instructions for making mustard gas bombs. He made online posts to support the Islamic State, including joking about wearing a suicide vest in a synagogue. So a disgusting person there. He's gone to prison. But again, this is something you're going to see a lot more of as Islam becomes more prominent in Britain. You will get misled and directionless youth of British people that will join, that will become Islamized, that will become terrorists. It's happened before. The 7/7 bombers were British. There you go. Okay, a man, this is from London and UK Street News on X. A man is in life-threatening condition after stabbing in Finchley Road, West Hampstead, yesterday. This was January 29th. It's posted on January 30th. A man in his 20s has been found with injuries both to his neck and his leg and was taken to hospital. That's as much information as we have at the moment. But once again, it just shows how Britain is going, where you can't just walk down the street without getting stabbed. A truly sad day again for Britain. Paratrooper Brady says that this Liberal is pissed because under Trump she can only fit $57 worth of gas in her... Oh, I've just clocked on to what this is. Okay. So listen to this, right? This is an American woman. She's liberal, so she's dumb, you know. And she's angry at Trump because she can only fit $57 worth of gas, petrol, into her truck, where she used to get $90 worth of gas, petrol, into her truck under Biden. Right, if you're not following along, it's because Trump has made petrol cheaper. So it's cheaper to fill your tank than it's not the tank that shrunk. You're getting petrol. You're getting the same amount for cheaper. So this is just a dumb woman that just doesn't understand the most basic simple things, and has just absolutely embarrassed herself online. Yeah, well done to her. It did make me laugh, I'm not gonna lie. My apologies. I'm just gonna have a quick drink. And I'm back. Let's get a cheer and an applause. Why not? Why not? Awesome. So we have on Threads Peter_Stefanovic_lawyer. He's a lawyer apparently. Let's see what he says. Breaking. Some wins already coming out of Keir Starmer's visit to China. Ooh, really? Let's see what he lists. Let's see what he considers a win. We've got visa-free travel for up to 30 days for UK citizens. How many people in the UK actually go to China? How much is a visa? Does that matter? Is that a big win for Britain? I don't think it is. And if it means we have a China super embassy in London, I'm going to say that's not worth it. No, not at all. So then we've got whiskey tariffs to halve from 10% to 5%, worth 250 million over 5 years. That's a very small amount over a very long time for whiskey exports. Righto. Again, it would appear we don't actually export a lot of whiskey to China, and we don't import whiskey from China. So that, again, it's nothing. Who cares? Who cares about that? Who is that helping? Who is that affecting? I have never walked into a shop and thought, oh, do you know what I'd love? I'd love a good Chinese whiskey. And I'm sure there's no Chinese people that walk into their shops and go, do you know what I would love? I would love a good British whiskey. They're well known for that, aren't they? No, that's Scotland, all right? Not England. Just fuck off. And even if we do deport a lot, 250 million over 5 years is nothing. It's nothing. It's not helping anyone. Deeper cooperation on irregular migration. How? China are nowhere near us. How is Keir Starmer asking China to help with invaders? It's not irregular migration. It's illegal migration. And more accurately, they're invaders, okay? How is he helping? How can what's his name, Jinping of China help Britain with immigration, I don't understand that. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. He knows that people are thinking about invaders, and so he chucks that in there as if it's actually truth, as if they're gonna, I don't know, what are China gonna do? Come across to England and patrol our borders for us? I don't know how that works. I don't think it does. How can China help Britain with fucking immigration? It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. So that guy on Threads can go fuck himself because he's a moron. But I'm glad that he posted, you know, it gave me something to talk about. Basil the Great on X has posted, British universities are full of violent leftists and teachers do nothing. Well, no, that's because the teachers are violent leftists themselves. If you hadn't noticed, they all get along fine. The only people that don't get along with them are people that work, people that actually know the truth of the country or multiple countries. And that we're frankly fed up of these educated, what I would call indoctrinated fucking morons that don't work, just doing absolutely nothing other than being violent towards people that actually want to save the country, for God's sake. And these are the same idiots that will vote for the Green Party, even though Zach Plancy, who's a gay Jewish man, has surrounded himself with Muslims, and they'll vote him in thinking, there's no problem with that. I can assure you that is not going to end well. The Muslims, they hate the Jews, they hate the gays, and as soon as they get into power, they will throw Zach Polanski out like a used condom. He will be gone so fast. It will give him condom burn. That's what it will give him. He'll be thrown out of there so fast. He'll hit light speed. He'll be like the fucking Enterprise going warp speed across the universe. That's what he'll be like. You won't see Zach Polanski's fucking ugly teeth going across the fucking road. You'll just see a blur of a twat blur. That is what you will see. Jesus fuck me Christ, how is anyone so fucking dumb? My apologies, I think I got a little bit worked up there, unfortunately. Joe Hart on X has said, this is how backwards our justice system is in this country. A bus driver chased a thief who had stolen a necklace from a woman. He got the necklace back and returned it to the woman. The thief then come back. The thief, quite a ballsy thief then. Quite an empowered thief there. He then came back as well, did he? He then came back and the woman was obviously scared, so the driver stood in front of her. The thief went to throw a punch, but the bus driver got in first and punched the thief. He has now been sacked. That bus driver who protected a woman who got her necklace back, all whilst he should be driving a bus, so I'd imagine he let himself out of the little bus bloody bit where they sit, gave chase, chased him down, got the necklace off him, went back and gave it back to the woman. She said, oh my God, thank you, I love you. And he just got sacked. He got sacked. That's how ballsy these criminals are in Britain as well. They have no fear. They don't care. They don't care if they're caught. They don't care if they go to court, because our police system, our justice system is so fucking weak in this country that no one gives a shit. Who's scared of the police? Who is scared of the courts in this country? I can assure you it's absolutely fucking no one. Okay, we have One Nation Australia. I'm fighting with my computer here, by the way. So we have One Nation Australia on X. They have put a post out saying, during an interview with Kyle and Jackie O this morning, Holly Valance confirmed that the ironic decision to cancel a song about council culture has been reversed after significant public backlash. Let me give you some backstory on this. Let me fill you in. So what happened is Holly Valance, you may remember her from Neighbours, the Dead or Alive movie, Kiss Kiss song. She's done many projects, was very famous back in the day. Now she moved to Britain. She married a guy from Britain, so she moved to Britain and she's been living here for about 10 years. Anyway, she's had enough of council culture. She's had enough of Australia. She's now having enough of Britain. And she got a call from some people in Australia and said, hey, we're making this movie. It's a parody movie about how lefties are scum and their council culture is even worse. So why don't you come back and sing a song for us and we'll pay you for it, obviously, you know, cheers. So Holly Valance said, hey, yes, I'm very interested in doing that. I hate lefties. I hate cancel culture. Fuck them all. Let's get this done. So she did. She went back to Australia. She recorded a song, and then it went to number one. It went to number one in Australia. She was happy, the right wing were happy, Australians were happy. Fuck me, everyone was happy except one kind of people. Who was that? The left. And they voiced their opinion. Now, this song was specifically about cancel culture, among other things, and they cancelled the song, even though it got to number one. And everyone that knows about this, everyone in Australia just laughed hard because everything Holly Valance was slagging off, they did to the dot. It's like me saying lefties are violent and aggressive, and then immediately a bunch of lefties run into the room and beat the crap out of me. You know, it's the irony there is strong. Jesus, fuck me, Christ. Anyway, they've gone back on that now because if you push back against lefties even a little bit, they crumble. They fold like a origami napkin is what they do. They fold like a prostitute who you've said, I'll give $100 to if you bend over. She will bend over so fast. Fucking hell. That's what the left are like. Okay, we have Grifty, who has also reported on the bus driver, but I've already reported on that. Sorry, Grifty. We have Basil the Great, who has sent a post on X and has said Argentinian women visited Rome and got the shock of her life. People from all over the world cannot believe Europeans are living like this. There is a video and it looks absolutely disgusting. There is literal shit on the street. There are bin bags everywhere, rats, just dirt, filth, bins overflowing. When I went to Rome, probably about maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I never saw any of that. It was lovely. It was gorgeous. I genuinely liked Rome. I had a great time. But it appears now it's just a shithole. Like France. Have you been to France? I've been to France several times in my life. I would never go there again now. It's an absolute shit show. So apparently Rome is the same. If you've got that on your bucket list, if you're thinking to yourself, I would love to go to Rome, cross it off. It's a shithole now. And you're likely to get harassed to wear a hijab or a burqa. They can go fuck themselves, can't they? Okay, we have a Beehive article that says a record surge in prisoner recalls in England and Wales driven by non-compliance and drug-related offences. Exacerbating prison overcrowding, reform aimed to reduce recalls. So what this is about, right, is when you go to prison, you're supposed to do like rehabilitation classes and things like that, so you don't come out a reoffender. You can even get qualifications in prison and such things, you know. It's basically rehabilitation whilst you're in prison, so you come out a better person, more equipped to deal with life outside of prison. Well, because we basically throw people out on the street now early as well. So even if somebody goes to a prison for 10 years, now they only have to serve, if they behave themselves, they only have to serve 30% of that. So if somebody gets a 10-year sentence, chances are they're only going to serve 3 years of those 10 years. And when they come out, they get no support whatsoever. It's absolutely disgusting. I've seen people that have come out of prison and they've just walked out and said, well, what am I going to do? That's it. There's no support. There's no, you don't get housed or anything like that. They literally let you walk out the door. That's it. You're on your own. Now, for somebody that's been in prison for 5-10 years, what the fuck are they meant to do? They obviously don't have a house. They don't have a job. They're not going to get a job because they've just come out of prison. So what the fuck are they meant to do? Absolutely, it's clown world. It really is. Now, I know a few people that have been to prison. decent people. Most people go to prison nowadays for stupid little offences. Just being young, basically, most people. I used to have a mate who just thought it was funny to run from the police all the time, and they always gave chase because they obviously thought, well, he's running away from us for a reason. He ended up going to prison. Unbelievable. I don't know if he's working now. I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm not really mates with him anymore. We never kept in touch. But it wouldn't surprise me if he isn't working now, and the whole system has just screwed his life up. That genuinely would not surprise me. So we have a free summer music festival planned for Boston Town Centre Park in Lincolnshire. You asked and we delivered. This is New Music Festival. It's all about bringing people together. That's from the Council of Boston. So if you live in Lincolnshire, if you have a house in Boston, if you like to visit Boston, if you think Boston and Lincolnshire are awesome places, and again you think to yourself, that's on my bucket list to go and visit Boston and or Lincolnshire, then what you should do is get there on this free summer music festival planned for Boston Town Centre Park. You should definitely get there on that day. Let's see if it gives a date as to when this free music festival is actually happening. It's going to be a 3-day Christmas event. What? Which includes town area. Agreed to events budget of 60. Okay, so they're also having a 3-day Christmas festival event. So it looks as if Boston is doing quite well at the minute. They've got a few events on this year. I'm just trying to get a date for this, for God's sake. I want people to know when it's happening so that they can come and enjoy the festivities of Boston in Lincolnshire. It doesn't look as if that has a date there, so maybe this is one of those things that they're promising at the minute, and then they'll set a date later, maybe. If that's something that you're interested in, though, do keep an eye out on lincolnshirelive.co.uk/news, and they will keep you updated on what's going on with that music festival. Imagine that, putting a music festival advert out from the council, so it's official, and you say, well, when is it? And they go, nah, we're not telling you that. Brilliant, I love it. What a country we live in. Again, this is Lincolnshire Live. Grantham stabbing victim pictured for first time in Lincolnshire. Police launch murder investigation. So a man has been arrested on suspicion of murder after police believe a 55-year-old was stabbed in Greyfriars. I think Greyfriars is a shopping centre in Grantham, I'm pretty sure. The victim has been named as 55-year-old Ian Jackson Winch from Grantham. Police were called at 11:12 on Monday, January 26th, of reports of a man with injuries at a property in Greyfriars, Grantham. Officers and paramedics attended the scene and found a man with serious injuries. He was sadly pronounced dead at the scene. So once again, if you think these things aren't coming to your area, please do think again. They are everywhere currently. Grantham is a place I know never used to have stabbings or anything like that, and now here we are. I'm reporting on a stabbing in Grantham today. Amazing how down this country has gone, how much it's fallen. And I'm fed up of people saying the country's going down the shitter. No, it has gone down the shitter. This country is shit now. It's not the same country as it was, say, 10, 15 years ago. It's so sad to see. When people say, are you patriotic? I say, yes, I am patriotic. I'm patriotic to the country that I grew up in, the country that existed 10, 15 years ago. Am I patriotic about this country, the country that has replaced my country? No, I am absolutely not. And so I would not fight for this country. And believe me, like I said earlier, the invaders coming in, they will want to change this country in as many ways as they possibly can. We have from I Am British with the England Union Jack. on X, and he has posted a Muslim immigrant turning down the 10th council house offered to her. So this is a Muslim immigrant who is basically just abusing the system, and the council keeps saying to her, we've got a property for you, we've got a property for you, and she keeps saying, nah, fuck that, I'm not living there, I want a bigger house, I want a better house, I want more. And of course, it's you, the taxpayer, that's going to give her more. You're going to pay for it. Fantastic. What a world. Okay, we have... So this is a recurring story we have here. This is a story that I have reported on many times before, because it keeps happening all over the UK. It's not just one place that this is happening. It's happening all over the UK. And this story is from Yorkshire Rose on X. And she has said that yesterday there was a report of a foreign man in the toilets of Airedale Junior School, Castleford. This is happening all over Britain on many separate occasions, on many different days throughout last year, and it's happening again this year. Your kids are not safe going to school, and the government is looking to ban you homeschooling your children. They want your kids in school, even though you have foreign men who are repeatedly going onto the grounds of schools for God knows what reason. There was one in Manchester a few months ago who went into a school with a gun. He had a gun on him, he was waving it around, and he went into a school with it. Why? God only knows. And ask your kids if they have lockdown practices, if they've been put into lockdown at all. Ask them, because honestly, it happens a lot more often than you'd think. And if your kid hasn't come home to you yet and said, we got put into lockdown today, there's a funny man outside, then please do ask them, do you have lockdown routines at your school? Have you been put into lockdown at all over last year or this year? Are there weird men coming into the school grounds asking you stupid fucking weird questions? There was a migrant the other day, a Muslim man, who went to a Jewish school that I reported on, and he was asking, what's going on with Israel. Now I'm sure little Timmy and little Sandy in fucking London school, Jewish school, have no idea about fucking Israel yet, you mong. Fucking hell. But still they attack children. Amazing. And again, the police will do nothing. The police will not help you in any situation. Even the schools, nine times out of 10, I've seen reports that the police, they just diffuse the situation and then kind of brush it away. You know, we don't want to deal with that. We don't want people knowing that weird foreign invaders are going into schools with knives, with guns. You know, they don't want you to know that bodies have been found in schools in 2026 alone, as well as 2025. They don't want you knowing that. Imagine that, your kid goes to school and there's a body. He's confronted by a dead body just in the fucking school for some reason. What is this country coming to? Basil the Great has said on X that stealing bikes has become a full-time economy in London now. You can just watch people rob them as every day on the street or on live streams. Again, if you walk around London, chances are, after a while, you'll see somebody steal a bike or a phone or anything like that. And these criminals now, they are so happy to do it out in public. They won't wait till night time. They won't have any shame or anything like that. They'll just do it right in front of you. There's a guy, I'm sitting here watching a guy now with an angle grinder cutting a lock off of a bike so that he can just steal it. And he's on it. He's riding away. He's got it. That's somebody's bike there. That's probably somebody that needs that to get to work, to pay for that twat to be in the fucking country. Yeah? And now he's got their bike as well. So he's got all their money and now he's got their bike as well. Brilliant. Love it. Anyway, we are coming up to the hour mark, and as you know, I have to keep these shows under 1 hour. So unfortunately, we are going to end the show right there abruptly. I do apologise for the abrupt ending, But thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and keep an eye out, keep your phone ready for any twats out there, any lefties, any Muslims, any invaders that want to cause you harm. Immediately get your phone out. Don't call the police because they're fucking useless. Have a good weekend, everyone.